Hi, I'm Anthony Giarrusso. I'm doing a motivational series to help people see that I'm a role model and that you can copy me to potentially enhance your life. The last video was anti-bitter, which pretty much means stay away from bitter people, stay away from bitter consumption. Today's video is don't do drugs. That should be obvious, but it doesn't seem so obvious for reasons I don't really understand. There's a problem. There's a lot of people on drugs. Some are pharmaceutical medications. Some are just over-the-counters. Some are as common as tobacco. And some are death-causing, like cocaine. And when you think of every single drug in the history of drugs, it does appear that drugs are quite common, and that's a huge issue. There's too many drugs. If you have medications, medications are not supposed to be something you take every day for the rest of your life. Medications are supposed to be a temporary solution while you are healing. If you have a doctor that's forcing you to stay on drugs continuously, you might want to go and talk to like 2 or 3 other doctors and get a couple second opinions, because in reality, medications are not supposed to be used for long term. They're supposed to be used for short term so then you can recover. I am aware that there are some instances at this particular point in time where doctors really don't know much else to do other than prescribe certain types of drugs. And that's why there's people on drugs all the time, unfortunately. But, right, if you could, wouldn't you want to be able to never take drugs again? Never have to put pills in your mouth ever again? That'd be great. Unfortunately, I am aware that sometimes the only way that you can stay alive is by using some of these pills, and that if you didn't take these pills, you'd probably die, unfortunately. But for the majority of people who are taking any kind of medication, I want to help them get off the medication and stay off the medication. Then you have, people doing the more common drugs that are legal, like tobacco. I think tobacco should be illegal, honestly. There's literally no health benefit to it, and it causes more types of cancers and different types of diseases within the human body that literally, if tobacco was illegal and out of the mainstream market, most people would probably live a bit longer. And then you wouldn't have to worry about the secondhand or third-hand smoke issue either. But even if you're chewing tobacco, you can still get mouth cancer. So it's like, why are people using tobacco in the first place? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't use tobacco. Never have. It's pretty easy not to use it. And think about, if you do use tobacco, how much money you would have instead of you spending your money on tobacco. You could be spending your money on something much better to improve your life. Then you have all the other types of drugs, right? Like speed and methamphetamine and cocaine, and the list just goes on and on. Okay. And from doing my research and interacting with some police officers and getting some good sources, they have actually claimed that there's literally just as much cocaine as there was 40 years ago now. So that's a pretty big problem, especially here in the state of Florida where I'm at. I don't know about the rest of the country, but I do know that here in Florida, cocaine is still a pretty big problem. So our political leaders should be trying to find ways to significantly reduce the amount of cocaine here. I just wish they would. Now, whatever kind of drug you might be on, just imagine your life without drugs. Would you be happier if you didn't have any drugs? Do you think you'd be living a more upscale lifestyle because you never use drugs? Or if you decide to get rid of drugs that you may be taking, do you think you could have a more upscale life if you stopped using those? Think about that. I'm Anthony Giarrusso. Have a wonderful day.